Braxton, this shit's funny, bro. This sums up exactly what we're about to witness right here. Right here. Guys, this shit is hilarious. This shit's hilarious. I don't remove this from the screen. We're off to a bad start. We're off to a bad start in our review of this video. We don't know how to review videos. Braxton, you know how to review a video?
I don't.
We have no idea what we're going to do. But somebody sent me this. I've never heard of any of these ladies. I don't know who these girls are, but they're fighting it out on the internet over whether or not wholesaling is going to be illegal, is going to be legal. What the fuck's going to happen to wholesaling? Braxton, what is your opinion of what's going to happen to wholesaling?
I feel like I knew less after watching that video.
We definitely knew less about wholesaling and wholesaling laws. But guys, if you want to know, I'm not going to be able to do it on this live stream, but I will come back, and somewhere at the top, I will place a link to my video on the Oklahoma real estate law, my Illinois real estate law, my fucking Texas rap law, which we all got by the Texas 100. We gave our dollars, and we got a really shitty law out of the deal. So I'm not sure I believe in off-market lobbying groups, but there's a huge push, I guess. Would you say there's a huge push? I haven't heard about it, but somebody brought it to my attention. They wanted to hear what we had to say, so we're going to fucking give it to them. They got this push to start a real estate lobbying group, and one of these ladies on the video is saying it's a grift and it's a way to get tax-free money and all this. And the other lady on the video doesn't really seem to know what he really wants to do or how he wants to do it. Neither one of them have any real fresh ideas, although they would both be very, very liberal. I need y'all to go share this video. I need you to get it out there. I need you to put it out in the space. We also have an event coming up, Eventbrite, Harper Belmont. I'll post a link in the comments or a link in the fucking description on this video at some point in time, so y'all can go get your tickets to this event. We're actually going to break down the deals we do. Braxton, how much money are we going to make on our land, our little 5 acres we bought?
Probably about 100 grand.
100 grand on 5 acres. So if you want to see us break down the deals, how we market it to them, everything else, you can get the live stream of that event, or you can come in person. There's only 100 seats. We're not gurus. We're durus. This video was highly confusing. We've got notes. Braxton, what do we got? What's the first time stamp we got here? Let's get it started.
1244.
In 1244, we are discussing some bullshit. So we're gonna check it out, see what these ladies have to say.
And said about me and the other three, the group. Yeah, thank you. That the intent is to force people to buy courses, prevent USAC from providing free content, force mandatory coaching, a money grab, pay ourselves a salary tax-free, and it's corruption at its finest. And yeah, so those are some things you've publicly said on your Facebook page.
About the association.
About the leadership of the association, referring to the association.
So the funniest part about this, now that we've watched the whole video, is the lady, this one, let's see, we'll do baby Jesus and bearded Jesus. That's what we'll deem these two fine, esteemed colleagues of ours. So bearded Jesus has no real fresh ideas about what he needs to do, about what he doesn't need to do. Like, he doesn't really seem to know or understand what he should or shouldn't be doing, right? Would you agree? So he wouldn't even name the leadership later on in the video. So whenever this baby Jesus is over here criticizing the deal, which is pretty good criticism, in my opinion, like, it's like, hey, these are good questions to ask. Like, why do you want to do this? I don't feel like it's solving any real problems here. Like, and this dude gets defensive. It's funny that he's just, baby Jesus is trying to say, hey, look, bro, I was talking about the association, and the other guy's like, no, you were talking about the leadership of the association, which would include him, even though later on he's like, we have no leadership. We have nobody. There is nobody yet. So that's pretty funny to me.
I was talking about the association, not you. I apologize if you took.
There is nobody else but us. So when you put that post, it was right after the
I don't
live.
know. I can't look up board members.
Right. So then you put that not knowing who you're referring to.
Well, no. I had legitimate concerns and no one was talking about them.
Right. So those things I just stated, force people to buy courses
Yes.
from the gurus, referring to who? The gurus leading the association, Jerry, Pace, Jamil, and Brent.
It'd be more the association forcing coaching through. Yes, correct. I don't backtrack from those statements.
Okay. So who's getting a salary tax-free?
Well,
So this little slap fight that they're in right now over what needs to happen and what doesn't need to happen, it's like it's pretty interesting because they have no clear plan. Nobody has the clear plan. They don't have. You'll see. Like it's just a shit show. So this guy took it as a personal attack that baby Jesus on the right, bearded Jesus, took it as a personal attack that this was about him. And baby Jesus is like, no, I was talking about the whole association. And then bearded Jesus is like, bro, you're talking bad about me. As somebody that's been sued on the internet for talking shit about gurus, like I see why Zach's trying to cover his base here, but it's just a weird slap fight. Have you ever seen such a strange set of events unfold, Braxton? Like we were hoping to get good information. We were hoping to have a good, honest debate, but it gets way weirder from here.
From the live stream, obviously, I don't have the exact time stamp, but you did say, of course, we're going to take a salary. And then you backtracked yesterday on your video.
No, I said the only thing. So let's back up a second and talk about a 501c3. A 501c3 is a nonprofit tax exempt entity.
This just gets into all of that. What's our next time stamp, Braxton?
28:30.
28:30. So from here, we got to go forward fucking 15 minutes to get to another relevant piece of information, guys. They circle jerked around each other and dick measured more than anybody. Like, who is the smarter of the smartest in the room? So we'll get to 28:30. What did I label that one, Braxton?
Argue about the plan.
They argue about the plan.
The leadership doesn't have a plan with it. You just give you $60 million.
We're not collecting dues yet. It's nothing.
I know, but you should have a plan before you ask for the money.
Before I ask for money, sure. We're not asking for money.
Okay. Here's my problem. You spent $10,000 creating this. I went on the website. You literally say on the website you're treating these members as customers. Like why?
So this is pretty interesting because they're going to treat the members of you're gonna buy a $250 membership the way that it's explained in this video. I don't know if we have that clip in here. You're gonna buy a $250 membership. Zach, little baby Jesus, goes and reads the fucking operating agreement and it refers to them as customers. And they spend what's our next timestamp? They spend 2 solid minutes arguing over whether members or customers, because it appears old fucking bearded Jesus wants to market to his list of people that he's getting and he's trying to cover his base in the operating agreement. It's probably just some standard internet bullshit operating agreement. I don't know. I'm not getting into it, but they go over it and they're like, oh, my attorney did that. My attorney did this, but do they ever actually get a plan out? Let's see.
Like, this is why I have an issue.
What do you mean
The
customer?
privacy policy, if you can pop it up, I don't know who your guy behind here is, but the privacy policy talks about collecting emails as customers. Like, you spent $10K, you're talking about these people as customers. Like,
Yeah,
I have an issue with
You're
that.
using antics, Zach.
It says
Give me-
customers.
Give me a break. Who cares what they're called?
Customer information, they're members.
It's a private email list.
Who cares what they're called? You care what you're called?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
No one's going to
Just
treat
for
you
an
like
association.
serious when you're calling your members customers
What are you talking about? Why not?
because they're members. They're not
Okay.
someone trying to take money from.
I feel like bearded Jesus should be called Kamala Harris. Like, this is the most Kamala Harris I've ever seen somebody.
So Zach, if your problem is seeing customers, I'll change it to members. Who cares?
Thank you.
Okay,
That's the initial
what
problem I
other
had.
concerns do you have than calling somebody a customer instead of a member on a sign-up sheet where there's no collections happening? I'm not going to roll out dues until we have a plan, right? So if you've got an idea,
Well, you got no plan, bro. You got no plan. I feel like Bearded Jesus was the one that got everybody fired up because he called wholesalers broke people, or said wholesaling wasn't for broke people, or said something along those lines. I don't really know. I just know that wholesaling is for broke people. So, you know what I mean? Like, Braxton, who's wholesaling for?
Broke people.
When did I tell you that?
I think first day.
First day, wholesaling's for broke people. No doubt about that. Like, once you got money and you're in real estate, you can just go buy the real estate, bro. You don't have to deal with the bullshit that they're trying to do. But the interesting part to this about me, like, we're 30 minutes in this video. They have not talked about real estate at all yet. Not one way that real estate's transacted, not about wholesaling, no meat and potatoes on real estate. But they do get into an interesting guru slap fight over a bunch of weird shit. And I can't wait till we get to that point.
Do this right?
I have ideas.
Well, let's have it. Let's hear it.
He has ideas.
Jerry, you're trying to, you're calling people customers, and that's offensive. Then that's antics, man. Like, come on, let's grow up here.
Okay.
The point here is let's do this and create an association. Let's have powers and.
All right, so I have ideas. The ideas come about right
That's
here.
not going to change the laws. This is a course with extra steps.
Okay.
This is how I come up with this stuff.
Oh, we missed the big window.
You know, well, what do you want to call it?
They,
What are you proposing to do if you don't want to call it?
I have
Okay,
it.
what?
Let's look at NAR. Let's look at the big.
All right, so what happened in here that I skipped past, that I feel bad that I skipped past, is Zach, oh baby Jesus, reads the law on 501(c)(3)s and points out to Bearded Jesus that his 501(c)(3) can only spend $1 million a year lobbying, and that NAR has like $80 million a year.
Got it. So this is a 501(c)(3), correct?
Yes.
So my question, I'm going to pop up the IRS. I have it right here. It says a 501(c)(3) organizations are prohibited from engaging in political campaign intervention activities, and a 501(c)(3) is an organization for religious, charitable, scientific, and education purposes. Is this, like, which one is this? Is this a religious, charitable, scientific, or education organization? Which one is this? And so
that was the second Kamala Harris moment of the video. That he just rabbit out of the hat. I don't know. I paid somebody 10 grand to set this up for me, and they set it up wrong. And so he spouts out education like he has it figured out. So essentially, they want to start an association where we all give them $250. And this is an educational organization, not a charitable organization. It's an educational organization that can't lobby. And that's what old baby Jesus is about to point out. And this is like checkmate of the video to me. Whenever I got here, I was like, well, this is fucking weird. But also, who cares? Like, let's see how it goes.
you're taking money for education, which I call a course, and you have no teeth for actual lobbying and changing of legislation. This is why I say this is a course with extra steps, because it's an education organization that's taking money that's actually not going to change the laws. This is a course with extra steps. This is how I come up with this stuff.
Then Zach, fine. You know, what?
This is like,
What to say.
Bearded Jesus is now a deer in the headlights. He's completely thrown off. He's like, shit.
What do you want to call it? What are you proposing to do if you don't want to call it?
I have
Okay,
it.
what?
Let's look at NAR. Let's look at the big players in real estate, because we're going to 62 million more than them. National Association of Home Builders, NAR, they're their 501c6. Now, a 501c6, you said trade association on your channel. So it says this is from the IRS.gov/lobbying. A 501c6 of income tax regulation states a business league is an association of persons having a common business interest, which is to promote.
So he points out he needs something else. Bearded Jesus agrees. He's like, okay, we'll make it whatever. And then we get a great idea. Let's get it.
NAR when they spent $82 million.
Okay, let's change it. Great idea.
But why are you doing
The reason why I put that in there is Bearded Jesus just said he's got a great idea. Later on in the video, he just tells baby Jesus he has no ideas. You have no ideas. You have no idea. He repeats it like 100 times. I just wanted to point out right here that he told him he has a great idea. What's our next timestamp? Oh, straight minute ahead. Let's go. Let's roll.
Right on it.
And you intended on going to the state boards and saying, hey, we're an actual trade organization, create a wholesaling license, and force wholesalers to go under our umbrella. guess what? Every new wholesaler will have to go under all of the gurus who own the trade organization that are the board members, and they have to learn from only these gurus.
Right now, you have to get licensed under the real.
So this is how far out of the weeds these guys have become, guys. This is how far away from real estate these people have gotten. And I'm not talking about, I don't know who this dude is. I don't know who Bearded Jesus is. I don't know who Baby Jesus is. I've never seen these dudes on the internet before in my life. But they are so far removed from actual real estate that this problem arises where it's like, oh, they're going to outlaw wholesaling. Will that actually affect transacting real estate? Will it? In the big scheme of things, no. You have to go become a licensed agent, and then you can continue doing your business. So there's a small barrier to entry. Like, what's a licensing material in Texas cost? You know,
$600.
maybe $600. Okay, if you don't have $600 to get licensed, I don't know if you're going to make it in this business or not. If you can't make sense of $600, if you can't handle $600, if you can't go to your job and exchange time for money and get $600 and then go do it, you're probably not going to be a successful wholesaler anyways. Let's just face it. Those are facts. They're trying to solve a problem that doesn't really exist. And their idea is that there's like a real estate license and then there's a wholesaling license, right? So they want to lobby to get it to where you have to get a wholesaling license nationwide or in whatever state. And then you have to go through their courses to get the license. Baby Jesus is spot on right here. He's like, hey, you're just trying to funnel money into y'all systems. What else are you trying to protect? Because there's no like in the Illinois law, you can do one transaction a year if you're not licensed. That's flipping or anything else. So you have to bring somebody that's licensed onto the LLC, and you kind of got to work around. I believe that's not legal advice. Let's not give legal advice, Braxton. In Oklahoma, they made, I think, maybe a signing. I don't remember. You can watch the video that I put up where we read the law. I don't remember what they did in Oklahoma, but you can still double close. You can do some different things in that one, but you can always still buy real estate and resell it like you can, except in the Illinois law where you can only do one a year. But if you become licensed, you don't have to worry about any of that. You fall under the umbrella. You invite some extra regulation into your life, which sucks. But the solution that fucking Bearded Jesus is proposing is inviting more regulation into your life too. It just funnels money to them so you can get the more regulation. So what problem are they actually trying to solve? Are they trying to keep wholesaling alive, or are they trying to keep real estate education alive? Let's dive in.
Real estate licensing
In Florida,
wherever it's passed, wherever this is passed. Illinois and Oklahoma. Illinois and Oklahoma.
North Carolina, those are two states.
Right. So
You're going to the legislator and you're saying, hey, legislator, go legislate me, force wholesaling to come under a license with us.
No, you're missing the point.
43, you said that.
Do you want me to clarify for you?
Yes, you said you wanted me to create a wholesaling license under your umbrella.
Quiet then, and I'll answer.
So Bearded Jesus is going to clarify what he meant by a wholesaling license, but I think inviting regulation into your life is the most lib thing you can do. It's like, hey, we need more regulation. Well, what are we trying to regulate out? They never actually say what the bad actions are in wholesaling. I would say committing fraud is the number one. Introducing yourself as a cash buyer and all these other things that we all did at the beginning that we couldn't actually perform on is the big problem. So how do you, whenever you go through your wholesaling licensing, what do you teach? Like, couldn't we just tell everybody, hey, quit introducing yourself as a cash buyer when you don't have cash to close, and tell the truth about your intentions on the transaction? Well, you'll get pushback. They don't never go into what the code of ethics of wholesaling should be, what they would actually teach and train and hope that it's towards, at least not on this video. They just argue in the most guru slap fight way ever about, whether or not they're trying to funnel money to each other. So, and who is actually a guru and who isn't. It's great. It gets better.
Are you done? Okay. So if the states are passing legislation requiring that wholesalers get a real estate license, they train you about real estate ins and outs and how to transact as a real estate agent, getting listings, being a buyer's agent, and all of that. It's specific to real estate agency. Right now in Illinois and Oklahoma, if you get your real estate license, that license is specific to being a real estate agent doing retail listings, right? My point was, what if we could create a standard so good that then the state would say, hey, let's create a separate division.
They don't get into the standard that's so good. They just want a second division. So let's take what they're actually they're going to go to the legislator and ask, hey, we need you to allocate money out of the state's budget to hire people, to monitor people that are wholesaling, not this real estate people that you already have over here that could monitor it. We want you to have a whole separate division and add to the budget and all of that to regulate our little piece of the market. In our R2R retreat, we went over how many transactions took place in a given month in the DFW market, and it was like something like 2,000 on market in that time period, whatever that window was. It might have been a week, might have been a month, whatever it was. So you take that, and that's the biggest marketing budget out there, right? Those are the Keller Williams, the EXPs, everybody else, and they could only get 2,000 in that big MSA to trade hands, right? How many do wholesalers? How many off-market transactions actually take place? It will not equal 2,000. You get what I mean? And since there's not a high volume of transactions that happen off-market, the real estate people, the fucking Keller Williams, the fucking EXPs, and the people that are lobbying, that have real lobbying dollars, will always have more money to push what they want to happen onto anybody. The state legislators are not going to allocate more funds into a separate division, but that's their big idea. Why do they need this big idea? Does having to become licensed to wholesale, become a licensed real estate agent like New Western and what's the other one? Fucking New Western Net Worth. They do. I want to say that Keegley, even you have to get your license to do it. That's all. Homeboy here, Bearded Jesus, is a broker, by the way. He solved his own problem by becoming a broker. You know what I mean? Everybody that's going to be in real estate long term, if you are looking to help sellers, you're eventually going to have to become an agent. Period. If you're going to do this long term, you're going to have to become an agent. You're going to have a team. You might even become a broker. All of these things, if you're going to do this long term. Okay. So what are they trying to protect by telling you we need this separate division? We don't need you to become licensed real estate agents. We don't want that. What are they actually trying to protect? What problem are they trying to solve? We'll get to it. You'll see it.
For wholesalers, it's an industry.
You're going to ask for it?
Yeah, why not?
So you're going to ask people to get forced to get a wholesaling license?
They are anyway.
Not in 48 states.
That's my point. It's coming.
We heard this with the Texas 100. We heard if we didn't save owner finance, every other form of real estate would be illegal in no time. Okay. And then we paid money. They went down there. They took selfies with fucking politicians. They wrote the law. And guess what? I'm so like, ugh, it's so frustrating. There's one person's strategy out of that law that's still intact. And he was the guy with the most money at the beginning. He wrote that law to where the education that he teaches, the way that he teaches to do owner finance, was the only one left on the table. I shit you not. And I'm not going to mention any names, but it's the worst written law I've ever seen. And everybody in Texas rallied behind it. And they went down there and took selfies with the politicians and ended up with a fucking shit law. And they used the fucking, they're going to come for your strategy next that they're using with wholesaling. Now, I'm not saying, I feel bad for wholesalers having to do this or having to do that. I feel bad for it. But at the same time, like little baby Jesus on Zach, he's right. It's only in 2 states. If it comes to your state, there is a solution. And Zach does nail it on the head a little bit later in the video, even though he flies his lib flag for a little while. We'll get there.
Okay, so when it comes, and it's coming pretty soon, everybody's going to have a real estate license.
Deny that. So if we have a legit lobbying, we can stop anything.
If we had a legit lobby, we could stop this. I don't think the money. I don't think all the wholesalers could stop it.
Prefer to have a wholesaling license, which talks about direct to sellers and all of the different things we do different than real estate agents.
You're telling me real estate agents don't talk directly to sellers? Is that the way I'm supposed to understand that? Like, is there fundamentally, if you're a listing agent, is there a fundamental difference between what you do wholesaling and what you do whatever? Other than in wholesaling, you pretend like you're going to buy it. I mean, couldn't agents still pretend like they're going to buy it? Or does that cross a code of ethics? Couldn't we just use the same code of ethics or whatever the fuck? Like, still trying to figure out the problem that's trying to be solved here.
No, we don't have to do that, but that means then as all these states start to pass licensing requirement, wholesalers go get trained as real estate agents, and then they go out and be wholesalers. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense. I don't know what changes in the business that you can't be a licensed agent. Maybe there's some form of marketings that get a little bit more touchy, right? Maybe, but I don't think so. I really don't know what the difference is, other than having to disclose that you're an agent, other than having maybe a fiduciary duty to tell the people what their property's worth before you contract it. Maybe you have to get a disclosure signed, right? And say, hey, Sarah, you understand your property could be worth 200, but I'm only going to pay you 40 for it, right? Would it change? I don't see in our sellers, the problem that we're trying to solve is they need cash and we provide cash. We actually close on the deal. So it doesn't really, you know what I mean? As long as you do what you say you're going to do, they're happy, happy, happy. They're not necessarily, you know, I mean, if you're going to somebody and telling them their property's worth less than what it actually is, and you can't have an honest conversation about it, you're probably not going to be in this business very long anyways. We ask people if they want to sell and how much they want to sell for, and then we give them that much money. That's basically the business. If we had to go tell them, hey, you could get more on the retail market, they say, yeah, I know. You know, we understand. We don't want to deal with real estate agents. We don't want to deal with the process. We don't want people coming in and out of our house. We don't want to deal with it. We just want money and we want it next week. Can you get me that? Yes, I can. Here you go. Sign the contract. Let's go. So they get to the guru slap fight. This is where it gets super good. I mean, this was the best part of the whole thing. Is that what I need to be? Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll give an extra 4 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever, Zach, whatever you're doing free, I'm doing times 20, right?
What do you mean?
This is great. This is great. Now we're finally to what Bearded Jesus and Baby Jesus really want to protect. Okay. We found it. We figured it out. We understand it. We know what they're trying to protect. It's here. Let's go.
Well,
What, you're doing a video today?
How big is your channel?
I think it's got
5,000 on your personal channel, Zach.
5,000.
And then
This isn't an argument who has more subscribers.
Hold on a second. Are you monetizing your channel, Zach?
Yeah, I'm forced to from the privacy policy. Same reason why you were forced to do it too.
No, I wasn't forced to. You don't have to monetize your channel.
Privacy policy clearly states on YouTube that they will show ads on your channel and not pay you. So I chose to monetize it.
You don't have
They're
to
going to pay
monetize
ads on it no matter what. So you won't even know if I'm monetized or not. Privacy policy on YouTube. Please
How
pop it up,
much
guys.
did YouTube pay you last year?
Last year? Oh my God. It was probably because I had 2,000 subscribers in the beginning. It's better to do it now, but I don't know.
Okay, how much are they paying you now?
40K last year.
Okay. Last year, my YouTube channel paid me 270 some thousand, about 22,000 average per month.
So now we finally figured out what they're trying to protect. What are they trying to keep intact, right? This is amazing. This is the first time I've ever seen anybody talk about this, by the way. So Bearded Jesus, congratulations. I love that you make $270 a year off YouTube. I want to make $270 a year off YouTube. I need y'all to subscribe and like the channel and watch so I can get my $270. Oh, Baby Jesus got 40. That's a damn good living in Groesbeck, Texas, hanging out in front of a camera, arguing about fucking nonsense all day. But this right here, this is amazing. Like this, I'm just going to let it play.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I'm getting around 500 to 700,000 views a month. How many are you getting?
How many views?
Yeah, average.
It would probably close to 900,000. I would say, include all my social media.
Not counting shorts, just long.
No, wait, you're talking. Hey, we're talking about social media, buddy.
Hey, we're talking about social media, buddy. How many views you get, bro? We now know what we get it. We understand now.
TikTok, all this.
Right.
These are views, man.
Right.
If this is an ego measuring contest, I'm not here to do it. I have more views than you. It's okay.
That's fine. Content.
Baby Jesus is using that passive aggressive Gen Z Gen Z energy, that Gen Z energy right here. He's like, ooh, I'm not gonna measure, bro, but I get $1 million a month. Hey, check out my TikTok, bro. I'm not here to compete with you, but very next breath, check out my TikTok.
I'm talking content, not these snippets.
900,000 views.
I'd like you to show me that.
Go to TikTok, go to my analytics,
Not TikTok,
go to Wholesale
YouTube.
House Real Facebook group, go look
YouTube.
at views from there. Facebook views are the same thing. I'm not an ego
Look, I'm not an egomaniac, bro, but here's some more stats on myself.
measuring contest. Like I'm not
Then
here to
answer
see
the
who's better or not.
Answer the question.
Just YouTube.
Yeah.
Go to my social blade and look. I don't know the difference between shorts and not shorts because the analytics is all the same. You know that.
The analytics is all the same, bro. You know that. You know that. Bearded Jesus, you know that.
You can figure out real quickly what it is.
Are we having a talk about the association or about who's a macho man or not? Like,
But we'll continue talking about who the macho man is not for another 2 to 3 minutes.
Zach, you're claiming that you're in this for free content when you're clearly monetizing content.
I have a $100,000 YouTube studio. I'm trying to upgrade the content. This is why I have. I'm watching video and I have an audio here so people can hear me clearly. I'm not going for my computer.
Right, Zach.
My audio is better than yours. His audio is better than Bearded Jesus. We will admit.
Like, he's got really good audio.
He does have really good audio. Congratulations, baby Jesus. You won the audio competition. Keep flexing on him, bro. Flex on him. Boom.
That's fine, right? But guess what?
I
didn't turn monetization on my channel until 130,000 subscribers.
Privacy policy forced us to. That was the time it did. He had 125. Can we talk about the association? Like,
look, he's bored with this convo. You know, look, we're just flexing on hoes. That's all we're doing. Just flexing on them. Just I make 270 a year. I make 40. I'm not a guru. My shit's free. You know, it gets better.
like this guy came on here.
But you're this push of like, hey, I'm just here to help everybody.
You make more money than me, Jerry. I don't make
Isn't
$7 million a year. You're a macho
What?
man. I get it.
Right.
You make $7 million a year. That's way more than me.
I'm serious about what I do. I take it
I
serious.
know, you make more money than me. I get it. Like, can we talk about the association? I'm 22. You're in your 40s. You make more money than me. Awesome. We get it. Can we talk about the association?
Yeah.
We settled it. Bearded Jesus has the has a great financial. He makes $7 million a year. We don't know how much baby Jesus makes. He finally acknowledged it. Like, hey, bro, you make more. It's cool, but we've all lost 2 minutes of our life now.
Yeah, we can talk about the association, but let's move away from this narrative that the association is trying to take away from free content. I give away more free content than anybody, right? I give away over 40 free resources, and so I give away a ton of free content. So I'm not trying to take away
Can we
free
talk about the
content.
association?
Sure.
Who are the 9 board members?
Y'all remember from earlier, whenever it was a personal attack on him because he attacked the association. And anyways, who are the 9 board members? Let's see.
There aren't any.
Braxton, when he attacked the association at the beginning of this video, it was a personal attack on him because you attacked the association, but there's no fucking board members. Like, okay, so how was it a personal attack again? Whole deal's jump. What the problem they're trying to solve doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. If you want to continue wholesaling in the 2 states that it's been outlawed, you have to become a real estate agent. Shouldn't affect your business. But let's keep going.
There's no official board members. Not
You
official.
said all the board members are not to take a salary, so I want to know who they are.
Bylaws say that there's going to be 9 board members. They haven't
You
officially
said they
been.
all agreed not to take a salary, so who?
I mean, Zach's right. This is what Bearded Jesus told us early on in the video. Now he's on that Kamala Harris shit again. He's back. He's boom, 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 boom. He's getting beat up.
Who are they?
So Brett, Jamil, and Pace have agreed to come on to the organization. We haven't done any kind of official
Thought there
role.
weren't.
They've agreed to come on and serve as a.
So there just wasn't anybody, but now there's somebody. That's great. This is good. This is good shit, I guess. I mean, it's a little weird, but whatever.
On the board.
Okay.
The rest haven't been elected, but there's going to be 9 board members in the association. And then you can have honorary board members, as many of those as you want. And they
coming up.
have a role. They don't have a voting.
Oh, what? This is my favorite part. Baby Jesus, he lets his Zenji just out of the cage. He's about to lease Unleash the Gen Z on him. It's great.
in capacity, but they can provide help.
Okay.
So
You're
So
going to do
that-
this without me or not? So can I have your commitment to have at least one female on that board?
What? Hey, bro, I'm completely against this thing you're about to do, but throw a token lady on there for me. You know, I need the
warm and
female.
fuzzies.
I need the warm and fuzzy. I need to know that women are represented in your group. So, you know, you'll get this much of my support if you do that. If you won't, though, I'm going to stay 100% against it. Just Gen Z flag flying, bro.
sure, of course.
Thank you. I would appreciate it. I'll be a quarter of my audience is female, and I'd appreciate that some representation on.
25% of people that watch Baby Jesus are women. Who knew? I didn't even know there was genders anymore. How could they even figure this one out? But either
It's fluid.
I thought we're just all fluid. Like I'm a Z. Get my pronouns right, guy.
Yeah, you tell me who you think would be great. Anybody who's got a comment on, put a comment in of who you think
This is the best part. Who do you think would be great?
would be great to serve in the board. I'm all for it. In fact, if you don't want me to serve on the board, go up. That's fine. I don't
I don't
care.
want you to.
Okay.
I
then
want
you
the
tell me
members to vote.
better job.
He just asked Baby Jesus, who do you think? What you recommended a female? What lady you got in mind? Out of the 25% that watch his shit, he didn't name one fucking name. He just
A 501c
blew right past it.
members are appointed; they're not voted. I like. Do you like democracy, Jerry?
Yes.
I love democracy. That's why people choose your YouTube channel over a lot of people's because your content's better than a lot of people's. So my question is, can you commit to having the members vote for the board members?
All right.
Sure.
So we went, you know, we're going to get a lady on the board, even though Baby Jesus couldn't recommend a lady. He didn't have one in mind. One didn't come to his mind. Oh, Bearded Jesus asked him for one. He couldn't come up with it. But now we're going to go, we're going to go, we finally got a solution, right? So let's listen.
You never asked me for my solution. You could have called me. I've been left on red since March 13th.
Damn.
Bro, you call me. I'd give you solution. I've been left on red since fucking spring break, bro. We were supposed to go smash hoes on the beach. You didn't text me back. Let's go.
You also could post if you've got
I did
concerns.
post.
You also could reach out to me and say, hey, Jerry, guess what? I've got
We're supposed to be getting solutions.
some concerns. Here's what they are. You
I
never did
can't
that.
let you in my group if you're a guru. Those are my three rules in the group. So I can't post my concerns to you.
So you banned me from your group.
Yes, there's no gurus allowed in the group.
You're a guru, Zach.
I'm not a guru.
You monetize your content. Yeah, you are.
Is this Guru Slap Fight 2? Oh, we're already in Guru Slap Fight 2. So now we get another 10 minutes of who's the bigger guru. I love it.
How much does your fast track course cost?
Depends on what level you get.
How much does it cost generally
12,000 to 17,500.
for one-on-one mentorship?
It's a year-long program. You get a lot of tools. You get my software for a year.
That's
You
great.
get one-on-one coaching, and you spend time with me. It's awesome.
That's great. So like that's the problem with this industry. Those people, most of those people, they don't reveal how much their stuff got. This is the problem with the board members too, is when they sell courses, it's hidden. I appreciate you saying that because I get things all over. So a guru, in my opinion, is someone who's selling monetization and of courses and information. I'm not selling the information. So I agree. I applaud you for being transparent about the 12,000. Most people have to do 2 phone conversations and you get to that point. But that's the difference is I believe we're using this.
You're missing
No
the point.
legislation.
Yeah, but there's a place for free content and there's a place for coaching. So
I don't believe that.
you
But my
provide coaching,
point,
that's fine.
Jerry, my point is you're creating an organization that can't lobby and you're just trying to make it a monopoly so you can sell stuff like that. People on the board members. That's the guru versus non-guru thing.
So if you watch this thing in its entirety, they just circle around back to the same old stuff. But the second Guru Slap Fight here, you know, what he rattle off some software. You get some software. You get some one-on-one time. I think there's a hand job in the mix if you play your cards right. Who knows? The possibilities are endless. But they're sorting out who the bigger guru is right now, and I love it.
Right. And that's the personal attack on the motive behind doing this. Which
So he attacked him personally, even though he attacked the foundation only, even though there are no board members. But then there was some board members, but we don't know. We don't really have a plan yet. We just threw some shit against the wall, and baby Jesus got offended. No surprise there. And now, you know, we're going to pick through it. Baby Jesus asked great questions because it does seem like they are trying to protect the education industry, not the real estate industry. I do agree with baby Jesus on that. But like, is there really a problem to solve here? I think whenever you get so far above the real estate, you forget that if you're actually doing deals, whether you're licensed or not, there's really no problem to solve. Out here on these real estate streets, Braxton, would you have to change anything when you're making offers on these real estate streets if you were an agent? Not at all. You just offer to buy their house. Maybe you have to tell them what it's worth, but it doesn't matter. You could tell them what it's worth right now. Tomorrow, I could go to every deal on my board and say, you could get this for it if you would just list it. And they would tell me, fuck a real estate agent. They're lazy pieces of shit. And I'd be like, I know. I got cash. Let's roll, baby.
I've given my heart and soul to the industry. I provide tons of free content.
I want to help.
I have tons of people who make money from my free content. I give away tons of free resources. Yeah. Is there a place for coaching? Sure. Do I have a software that I sell? Yeah. I don't actually sell courses. I have a finder program. I have a lot of things that are amazing and great and work for some.
Hold on. He doesn't sell coaching. What was that 12,000 talk earlier? Was that not courses? Was that not a course? What's a course anyways? Somebody going to have to drop it in the comments section what the difference between a course and coaching is. So we know what we're up against. I don't know what we're doing here.
People. If not, then go ahead and use free content. If that is enough and you can make that work, great. There's a place for that. That's awesome.
You remember later on, he goes, he contradicts that if you can use free content comment when they finally start discussing the issues that wholesalers have.
It's kind of feeling something, but all right. I mean, I have solutions. I don't know why, like, no one brings these to the table, but like, your solution clearly has a lot of issues. And
now I will say, baby Jesus does make a fabulous point because we can all do this. We can all do this right now. This actually would fucking help and work. Okay.
And no one's addressing it.
What other issues do you have other than semantics on the formation?
The formation's completely. If I'm a lawyer and I want to go see, if I'm a NAR lawyer, you know, because I'm getting millions of dollars, I want to see, hey.
All right, so they're about to fucking argue for another 2 minutes before they actually come up with a solution. So I'm going to just go fast forward to the solutions because they're going to fucking circle jerk around for another 2 minutes. And it's just, we've already watched it. There's just, I mean, these motherfuckers.
Times about real estate issues. And hey, I've met with them at least 3 times, one-on-one in person, because I'm a constituent of them. And if there's an issue on the national level about wholesaling, I have their ear.
Hold
I don't
on.
pay them any money.
Hold on.
Jerry,
Let's back up. Here we go. Here, it's right there. I fucked it up. We're going to have to listen to it again.
Real estate issues.
No.
I have. I've talked to my member of Congress, Brian Mass, multiple times about real estate issues. And hey, I've met with him at least 3 times, one-on-one in person, because I'm a constituent of them. And if there's an issue on the national level about wholesaling, I have their ear. I don't pay them any money. Jerry, how many people are on your email list?
So
Over 1 million.
Over 1 million. Imagine if 10%, let's say the South Carolina bill. Let's try this. If John Smith introduces this bill, what would it, if all of us influencers on our email list send out, say, hey, this person in South Carolina is trying to stop wholesaling. Here's an email template. Why don't we send it to John Smith, who's trying to change the law? That would have a huge impact.
That's
what democracy is.
Sure. All right.
that would actually work. That's the first time that there's been a solution in this video. How long are we into our video? We're 43 minutes into our video, and we finally got to a solution. But we do know who makes more money on YouTube. We do know that Bearded Jesus charges $12,000, but it's not a course, it's coaching. We don't know the difference. And now we got it. But the funny part that was missed in there, and maybe I can go back to it, is fucking baby Jesus asked him, hey, have you talked to, and he named some lady's name, and the guy goes, no, who's that? And he goes, that's your fucking congressperson. And he's trying to start a fucking group. He's trying to get you to give him money to lobby people, and he don't even know the name of his congressperson. He cares so much about this issue of wholesaling becoming illegal that he hasn't even called his own state representative to say, hey, do this. He hasn't emailed him. He hasn't done anything. Now, whenever there was an IRA issue coming up in the legislation, in the legislation, we gave you an email template on this YouTube channel to email because we didn't want IRAs to not be able to put into real estate. We gave you the template. We showed you where to go on the website. We did all of that because we felt like it was a good solution. So I do agree that baby Jesus nailed it with this, by the way, that this would be a great solution. Like everybody that he has 1 million people on his fucking email list. Could you imagine? This dude's got a fucking million email addresses. If he could get them all just to write their fucking congressman a letter, it would probably swing the fucking pendulum. You don't have to get any money to do that. So props to you, baby Jesus.
Let's do that too.
That's a solution.
All right. So what you want to do is not
More people are willing to do that than pay $250.
right. So here I come along trying to provide a solution, right?
Yes, with flaws.
You're not providing any solution.
I just said that.
Other than call your congressman.
This dude, bearded Jesus, he just gave you a fucking solution. And you're like, oh, there's no solution there, bro. Nobody's making any money. No solution. Can't happen. Got to be money involved.
Call your congressman.
Or woman.
Or woman.
And then the Zen Z flags back out. Or woman. They might have a vagina. This is true, but they might identify as male. You shouldn't assume those things, baby Jesus.
The congresswoman.
Right? Call your congressman or congresswoman. That's your solution to solving this problem.
Power to the people. You've seen some of the greatest organizations, all from grassroots organizations. If we go talk, you say seat at the table, hundreds of thousands of people emailing and calling members of Congress will change things. You mentioned Jeff Watson. He went out there, he lobbied, he spent money.
I don't know who any of these people are.
But obviously he used people, he called a member of Congress in the state of Texas. He actually did the actual change. That's one of my...
Hold up. In the state of Texas, who the fuck is Jeff Watson? 1. 2, I've never heard of this lady. 2, what the fuck did they change? Because if you're talking about this rap bill law, baby Jesus, you need to go fucking read it, my guy.
Solutions. Nobody does that. You have millions of people you can get.
I've never once heard you say to do that. I've never once
Oh,
heard you
yeah.
say to do that. You're saying
That's
it
my
now.
solution.
Right, but you're saying it now as like, hey, oh yeah, I am trying to do something.
I never made an announcement
Okay,
with
so
saying
that's
all these
great.
concrete things.
That doesn't negate the need for an association. We are an industry.
It does.
Every industry.
It doesn't. Listen, I mean, baby Jesus he's winning. Like if we went to the scorecards now, my guy would have been knocked out. All right. We got to skip ahead because 5 minutes of these dudes arguing about what a real solution is doesn't do anything. What did we label this one, O'Brack?
Everyone is illegal. Some things might be bad.
This is true. This is great.
Oh,
Everybody's running around not following very good practices.
Who said I was running around 17 with bandit signs? That's how I did start out. What do you do starting out?
Same
Who's
thing.
your code of ethics person?
Right.
This is a great point. What are the bad things? Is it daisy chaining? I know somebody that teaches daisy chaining as the fucking strategy. Was it introduce yourself as a cash buyer when you don't have any cash? Is it contracting something that you can't close on because you don't have cash? Is it writing a cash contract when you don't have any cash? Are these all elements of fraud? Maybe, but all those things are covered in the law already. What do you actually teach? What are these bad things? You don't never name them, but we'll listen and we'll hear you out.
So, but people are out there transacting that are not doing it very well. They're not using very good contracts. They're doing things that are harmful to the seller.
Specifics.
A lot of it is from people that are just
That's why we have laws against fraud.
they're just uneducated about it.
We have elder abuse laws. We have all these laws already in place.
There's people that are not transacting very well.
People that are not transacting very well. What does that mean? Is it saying that you have cash when you don't have cash? What is it? Which part? Specifically, using contracts that maybe we could get, and Bearded Jesus is $12,000. Maybe he gives us some contracts. Are those good contracts?
Maybe.
In my state?
Maybe.
Hopefully, if you
12
get me
grand.
12 grand, you can come. We hang out. I'll
That
give you
might
some
be the
contracts.
17.5 one.
Oh yeah, there might be an upcharge.
Multi-state.
Multi-state contracts. I know a guy that promised some contracts and never delivered on a certain type of real estate transaction. He's no longer on the internet. He don't come out and play no more, but he tried. You know what I mean? He couldn't come up with the contracts. Maybe if there was a national fucking committee here, we could do something about it.
As an industry, we can at least say to the community,
A title company can
world, we can
regulate it.
say, we can say to everybody, hey, look, this is what we stand for. This is our code of ethics. These are our best practices.
58.
This is what we believe are the right ways to wholesale that are in the best interest of the seller, best interest of the wholesaler, that make the consumer protection agencies feel good about what we're doing, and really just show everybody that we're here to help sellers. That's what we.
If you want to help sellers in real estate, what do you do, Braxton?
Buy their property.
What else can you do?
List their property.
Those two things will help the seller. Okay. If your goal in life is to help the seller, you can make a real good living with the wholesaling skill set you have as a licensed real estate agent. If you want to get wealthy in real estate, what do you got to do, Braxton?
You gotta buy real estate.
You got to buy real estate. If you want to get capital to start buying real estate with, what do you got to do, Braxton?
You gotta, I don't know that one.
Wholesale a little real estate, because wholesaling's for broke people. The problem with all of this is it's a fucking never-ending circle jerk of where does this ethically cross my line, right? If I'm pocketing I got $100,000 assignment fee on a $200,000 property, right? Is that ethical? In some people's court, it is. In other people's court, it's not. They're wanting to throw this to the government to decide. I would rather keep it on the streets personally. Now, what does Bearded Jesus teach? We don't know. We don't have 12 grand. We can't find out. He's done a fucking great service and put out thousands of hours of content that I've never seen. Okay. So I don't know where his belief lies on this, but I do know this. You don't want the government deciding. I can tell you that. Even Gen Z, fucking women's rights, baby Jesus here knows that one.
Stand for. Okay, that's an important thing that a trade group does. It displays to everybody a unified vision for
It's a charity.
What it does.
It's a charity.
Yeah.
Now they're back into the structure. Oh, fucking Bearded Jesus. He did not set up the right. He did not mention. If you go back to earlier in the video, the entity that he set up can't even lobby. It's great. I mean, he got it completely wrong. All right, so they argue back and forth about what type of entity needs to be set up, and then they finally get into the meat of what they're trying to solve. It took them a long time to get there. What is 40? Oh, yeah, 5840, bro. That 5840. I fucked it up. We'll get it.
So that was my point with that. Not Jerry creates some type of an organization where he's going to get money and the state's going to pay me and everybody has to now come through Jerry's licensing. No, there's not a private party or a trade group that provides licensing. NAR doesn't provide licensing.
Jerry wants the government to provide licensing for wholesaling, and he wants to use the money to lobby that. And then Zach is accusing him of wanting to be the person that goes through. So they're going to go create this fucking division and it's going to license, and it'll be state to state because there's no federal laws on this. So it's a weird deal. Let's get to Oklahoma and what all is wrong in Oklahoma, because this is where it gets to what did you say about this? What did you say about that? There's a lot of crying on here. And then they go to lawyer speak.
Oklahoma?
You could. It depends on the market.
What are you telling your students?
He just asked, I cut it off before, you can double close in Oklahoma. That's what Bearded Jesus just asked him. Could you double close in Oklahoma? Again, you can watch my video reading the Oklahoma real estate law, and double closing is still an option. Okay.
Students to do.
I tell them to consult a lawyer. I'm
Okay,
not going to be liable. Are you kidding me?
Anything. What do you tell them?
He tells them to consult a lawyer, even though he just said you can double close in Oklahoma. Yes, you can. Now he's backtracking. This is the great part about people that put out free content and old fucking bearded Jesus here, who for $12,000 will teach you everything you need to know about the game, bro. But he don't sell courses. This guy right here, they won't give it. They won't give the deals. I can tell you, I did a whole video on the Oklahoma law. I'm not fresh on it because I don't do business in Oklahoma, but there's workarounds on all of it. But if you really just want to do real estate, all you got to do is become an agent. How much is it to become an agent, Braxton?
Like $600.
$600. If you can't handle $600, you're never going to make it as a wholesaler anyways. Don't worry about it. Become an agent. Just do your thing. There's no problem to solve here. Again, but they have a great argument.
What do you tell your followers to do in Illinois to wholesale?
Talk to your lawyer.
You don't tell them how to transact? What's the best way to do it? You don't teach them
There's plenty of things you can do.
techniques?
The best case is to get a license.
Boom.
I've heard
It's $200 to do that, and then it's $250.
But wait a minute. I thought these are the broke people you stand for that you said.
I stand for the broke people in this
Like,
business.
but now you're telling them to go get a real estate license.
If they need to wholesale, specifically if you want to wholesale real estate in one state, it'd be Illinois. If you're broke, there's ways around it. You can bird dog. There's a lot of things you can do, but again, you have to consult a lawyer for this. Many title companies have lawyers that will help you out absolutely for free. And that's what I tell them to do. You have to go to an actual lawyer.
So
But
when
at the end of the day, Jerry,
I would tell you this: some lawyers give bad advice too. If you want to become an agent, if you want to become a wholesaler, you should become an agent. If your state outlaws it and says you need to become an agent, the problem with Illinois, and I remember this very clearly, is they went into the marketing aspect of it. So they went into what you got to do to be able to market, and it sucked. And so, like, if you're marketing off market or for listings or for anything, you had to give your actual agent number. Like, they made marketing illegal. So it got really, there's some real touchy stuff in that law that neither one of these guys cover. I'm going to drop those links in the comment section whenever I read those laws, interview people about those laws. But here's the thing. These guys argued for a straight hour about everything under the sun. And the only real solution in there is to call your congressperson. And we know that old Jerry makes $270 on his YouTube channel. That's a pretty good lick. And old baby Jesus makes $40. That's a pretty good lick. But at the end of the day, the only thing that they're trying to protect in all of this is the education business. They're not trying to protect actual real estate. They got so far away from real estate in their lives that they don't realize they're trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist. We never run into an issue. We buy everything that we contract except for what we wholesale to our friends. Okay. Period. We close on it. We never run into an issue that would arise where having a license would be a detriment to us. Matter of fact, somebody on our real estate team has a license and we have to disclose that. And we do on every contract. It doesn't hold us back at all. Never does it hold us back. So the problem that they're trying to solve is a pretty weird one. I think if we're judging the scorecards, I think baby Jesus won out. What do you think? I mean, I feel like he won the argument. The guy that's wanting the national wholesale and inviting more regulation in his life, he just wants that control. And I do think that the conspiracy theory that he's trying to funnel money to himself for education, there's got to be some truth to it because there's no other problem to solve. There's absolutely no other problem to solve. If Braxton works for us, Braxton, do you get to market every day? Mm-hmm. Do you get to talk to sellers every day? Mm-hmm. Do you think that would change if they made a law where wholesaling was illegal in Texas? Wouldn't change at all. He would still get to market and talk to people. He could still come work for us. He could figure out real estate. Braxton, do you own any real estate? Mm-hmm. Braxton's already bought real estate. He doesn't necessarily wholesale. Have you wholesaled anything?
Yep.
Where'd you get those leads?
Craigslist.
Facebook Marketplace ever?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just contract one on Facebook Marketplace?
Yep.
It's all free and easy if you got a little hustle muscle, but it wouldn't affect Braxton at all if he came to work for us. So the problem they're trying to solve is to keep real estate education intact. Guys, we're having an event. You can come if you want. You don't have to if you don't. If you want to know more about our business, come hang out with us. Come watch it live. Braxton, you're going to break down how much money you made on your owner finance deal. What do you think you're going to make?
I think if it goes through, be about $7,000.
Braxton's going to make $7,000 on a trailer house in Vidor. How'd you do that?
Bought it off Facebook Marketplace and wrapped it 3 days before it was illegal.
3 days before it was illegal to do wraps, but you're still allowed 3 a year before you become a fiduciary. That's a completely different conversation. But the point is, we're going to break down that deal. We're going to show how he marketed for it. We're going to show the moves that he made, and we're going to show the actual P&L when it comes to the deal. And we're going to do that with multiple deals. We've got a 32-unit apartment complex. We just got a $1.8 million appraisal on. We bought it in 2018. Our cost basis is somewhere around $900, I believe. That's $1 million lick on one deal, bro. Just pow, $1 million. We're going to show you how we did it. We're going to show you how we did our best land deal last year, our best everything's going to drop it. I'll drop something in the comment section. Y'all can come hang out. Y'all can see what we do. It's not like there's no course. I don't know what a course is. I'm guessing that's like on what videos, how to do it. We got videos on our YouTube of how to do things. We don't have one-on-one coaching. We're too lazy for that. But we do have these little events where we get together and we show you all of our marketing and everything, how to do it. And we enjoy doing that because why, Braxton? He don't know why we enjoy doing it.
I don't.
We spent $12,000 last week while our people were in town. We spent $12,000. How many deals have we gotten so far off that 12?
3.
We've gotten 3 deals off the 12. It holds us accountable. It makes us get better. It makes us pay attention. It helps us when we help people. We don't make any money on the marketing. That class last week, $4,500 is what people paid. That went to service the debt of the property that they stay at when they come to town. That's the only reason we do it. And we spent $12,000 on marketing and locked up 3 deals. It's our paid accountability group, and we want to help people do this. So, Braxton, we just roasted a couple of a guru slap fight. I don't have anything else. You got anything else?
I ain't got nothing else.
You should have something else. But Baby Jesus won the guru slap fight, in my opinion. Bearded Jesus, he had a real Kamala vibe. You go back and watch the whole video to see what we're talking about. We'll see you later. Bye.